Hey guys, how you doing? It's Voodoo here and welcome to episode 29 in my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Emblem editor series. Today we're taking a look at the Vans logo. Now at first glimpse you might think, oh, this looks very easy to do, and it's actually quite tricky. You can use mainly the text that's available to you on the thing. I do tweak one of the letters on there to make it look more authentic, but then just to make it look really good takes a lot more work than the actual Vans bit. So you can see I've put it on the sort of slant just so it gives you more real estate, so it makes it look bigger. Here's some of my previous emblems: Xbox guide button, Jack Skellington, Volcom, Feed Me, Alpinestar, DC, Chem Block, Rockstar and Monster. They're my favourite ones so far, so they're in the playlist, check them out. Now a little trick that you can use to make the Vans all look the same size and on the wonk is you grab a rectangle, sort of freescale that up, and then you can use the outline. Then what you want to do is, I've gone 3 grids across at the bottom, you can see like the squares at the bottom, just to get it in line there, and just above the 3 up, and you can match that to the top right hand side of the actual grid, and then that way it'll keep it sort of nice and straight. So we grab the V and the A and the N, and we sort of just want to line them up. You want to space them nice and evenly, because basically you want to get them all sort of sitting just right. Now I did do a couple of these emblems and the box was too small, and what that did was that made it so it was all out of scale. So first thing you can do is, just to make sure you've got the right rectangle there, then you can just sort of like quickly spell out Vans, and you can get it sort of, it's there or thereabouts, and then you can go into doing it properly. So what I've done is I grabbed the V and then turned that black, copy and pasted the V, and then just outlined it and turned that red. Very straightforward. Then grabbed a rectangle or an eye, it doesn't really matter what you use, you just got to freescale it, freescale that across, turn that black, and then copy and pasted and outlined that red. So that's very straightforward. Then you want to grab yourself an A, exactly the same again. You basically turn the A red, copy and paste it, and then outline it red, and that's as simple as that. So what we're doing is lining the N up with the A to make sure the sort of heights are exactly the same, so I want the whole emblem to look just right, and also you want to get your spacing just right, so you don't end up with a sort of really long V thing across the top of the Vans and the letters come up short. So same principle with all these letters. Basically you grab the letter, turn it black. Now with the S you have to freescale it a little bit to get it wide enough, because I wanted to match the width of the S with the N, so you just freescale it to make it a little bit wider. Turn the base layer of the S black, copy and paste that across, and then change it to red, and then outline, and then that is that pretty much done. Now what I want to do is to change the S just to make it so it's a little bit better than just the basic text layer. I grab myself a curved line, and you want to line that up at the bottom, turn that black, and then that will make the S more curved. I did try various different ways of making an S, but it wouldn't work very well. You couldn't get the outline looking right on the red and all that. It just did not work, and the best, coolest way to make the emblem was to use the base layer like of the standard text, but just tweak the S just to make it look that little bit different. So like I said, this bit is pretty straightforward, but the bit where we're doing shading and stuff is more difficult. Anyway, if I take this opportunity, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Also check out the playlist. If you're thinking about wanting me to do an emblem, check the playlist first. There's another 28 episodes prior to this, and a lot of popular ones are in there. I do keep getting multiple people requesting the same things I've already done, so check that out first, and that would be really good of you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make the Van registered trademark at the end there. You want to take a ring, I think that's called a Circle 02 or something, that's a ring at the end of the day. Change it to red. Also what I did towards the end of the video is, because there's plenty of layers left, I didn't know how many layers I was going to need, I put a circle underneath that, a black circle, just to make that pop a little bit better. So yeah, grab the R, drop the R down, sort of freescale that in there to make it look good. You can't really see it that well, but it just sort of adds to the authenticity. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do some shading now, and this is where it gets sort of more tricky. Now I've grabbed the half column, maxed the half column out, freescaled it a little bit to give it a nice sort of light sort of curve, not very big. And in the end, what I end up doing, I drop the opacity down to 29%. Then we copy and paste that over. We leave it whitened and turn it to 29%. Then we basically flip that over and use another one of them and turn that black and change the opacity down to 51%. And then that's sort of like the base of the shading. Grab yourself a 0 and then you can line that up over the top of the vans. We're going to turn that black, and then we need another one of them, another 0, just to and open it out a little bit. That way it just cuts off the corners. Now what you can see here is a background that I was messing about with, and it didn't really work, didn't look very good on the gun. I put splats behind there and had them purple and all that. Wasn't happy with it, so you're going to see them disappear in a moment. But then I grabbed an armchair and I just sort of shaded that down, and in the end I left that sort of white and the opacity went down to 14% on that, and that's the sort of cool shading bit there. But I do try multiple things, and I do try and leave so you wouldn't have seen this background, but because I've done shading over the top of this background I had to show you it. But I like to do multiple sort of different versions of my emblems, and then I bring you the best one, so you can imagine it takes quite a lot of work. But that's all the shading sort of like done. We're just fiddling around, just getting it just right. Obviously you guys can tweak it however you want. Like I said to you, the top what was it, the top half column ended up at 29% opacity, the bottom half column ended up at 51 opacity and it was turned black, and then the armchair that goes over the top as well was 14 opacity, and that was left at white as well. Now what I've done is I've sort of brought the edge of that armchair down, sort of comes from the corner and swoops up to the top, and it looks really cool, really authentic. So like I said, you could use this Vans as it is if you want, put splats behind, turn it purple, do whatever you want. But I just was not happy with the way it looked on the gun. It didn't stand out enough on the gun, and on the player card it's a little bit difficult to see. So I'd imagine if you've got like a gold gun or something, you could just leave that background blank, and the gold will shine through on that, and that'll look really cool. Might not look that good on the player card, but nevertheless that'll look cool. Now what I've done for the background here is I grabbed the monolith, because I was thinking about leaving it like that with an edge. In the end, wasn't happy the way it looked, and I maxed that monolith out and turned it red, and that way it sort of gives you a nice sort of background, and it really sort of looks like a sort of curved effect with that shading and that, and looks really cool. Very pleased with that one, guys. Hopefully you guys are too, and as always, thanks ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I shall see you in the next video. See you later.